So I got a question for y'all. What did federal workers do to y'all to make y'all so pissed off at them? What is up, beautiful people? TJ here with another episode. So my last video, it got it got a little more attention than what I thought. So people are very strongly opinionated against DEI programs, and I knew that it was going to get some negative comments with it, just because I can read the news. I understand things. So I'll be talking about a couple of those comments, but I also wanted to pose a question to you guys. What did federal workers do to you all to make y'all so mad? Now I understand that, everybody doesn't have that negative connotation when it comes to federal workers, but there are like an overwhelmingly amount of negative comments about federal workers. They're lazy, they're stupid, they're DEI hires. They gotta be, because they're stupid. So many like crazy comments about federal workers. And it's almost like people, when you are describing yourself as a federal worker, or if you say, you're a federal worker, people just automatically think, okay, I pay your salary, so I own you. That's how I feel about it. I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Because, you can't automatically think that about a federal worker. So I'm a federal worker. I work for the government. However, I'm not going to disclose like where I work, but the company that I work for is not, I'm a federal employee, but tax dollars do not pay my salary. We are 100% self-funded. We're almost like a private company, but we are a part of the government. I am a federal employee, but your tax dollars does not pay my salary. So for somebody to like call me lazy, or say that, all federal workers are lazy, or they're slow, or they slow down the process. And these aren't my words. These are y'all. This is what was in the comments. I'm just referring what the comments said. I just felt like it's like a very overwhelmingly negative connotation when it comes to federal workers. And I didn't really understand. I didn't know that existed. So I learned a lot of stuff when I make these videos, and I, pose questions to you guys, and I kind of get different perspectives. That's the whole point of making these videos. But, I think that federal workers have more to deal with than a lot of people think. Even with my company, even though we're not federally funded, even though we don't use tax dollars, we still have a lot of federal like bureaucracy, I guess you can call it. We still have a lot of things that we have to deal with, and a lot of the systems that we have are older. A lot of processes that we have to do is, it all deals with like different laws and regulations and regulatory committees. And so the process itself, most of the time, is slow. It's not necessarily us doing anything different. It's just the process. The processes are slow. So I know a lot of people like want to dismantle the government. But, kind of what else would we do? A lot of people want to say one thing, but they don't have any plan for what we should do or how we should be. So, if you are a federal worker, chime in down in the comment section below. I need some help here, because I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. I try to treat every single person with the respect that they deserve. And I don't like going back and forth with people. I've had some negative experiences with federal workers before. I've been to the DMV, I've been to the post office. I've had like that person that you feel like, oh, they got a chip on their shoulder. They're a federal worker, they're slow. But I've also dealt with people at McDonald's. I've also dealt with people that work for Target that are slow and have a bad attitude. So it's not a federal worker, or it's not somebody thinking that they're entitled, or somebody called me arrogant. I don't know why somebody would say that I was arrogant, because I was talking about my experience. I wasn't talking about, I can't explain everything. I'm not the spokesperson for Black people, or for African Americans, or for brown people, or for males. I'm not a spokesperson for anybody other than TJ Lovelady, myself. So everything that I say, every experience that I have is my own experience. So just because you don't see it through the lens that I've seen it, I feel like that doesn't devalue what I have to say. So yes, I'm TJ Lovelady. I'm a federal worker. It doesn't matter to me if you're a federal worker, a government worker, a McDonald's worker, whatever it is. You know, I'm going to treat you with the same respect and the same love that I would treat anybody else. So I just, you know, I think these times are going to be really difficult because there's so many. I feel like our nation is being divided, and people people just feel like they have a license to say really anything. And I don't understand that. I understand that you have your own viewpoint, and you know everybody has their own political affiliation. Everybody, everybody's like taxpayers. So you know, oh, our tax dollars should go here. Our tax dollars should go there. I'm a taxpayer too. I pay a lot of federal income tax. I've paid almost $50,000 in federal income tax last year. So if anybody should be upset about taxes, I should be up there on the list of people that's upset about how much taxes I have to pay and things not getting done with my tax dollars, or the things that are getting done with my tax dollars is not up to par with my standards. You know, I have those feelings, but I can also articulate those experiences and those feelings in a way that doesn't demean somebody and doesn't bring somebody else down. Somebody said, hey, you need to show me your qualifications. Why do I need to prove anything to anybody? Why, you know, you can't tell somebody that, you know, you think that they're a DEI hire, so they're not as qualified as you. The president went so far as to say, and today there was a very tragic situation, and I really don't want to talk about it, but he blamed that tragic situation on DEI. He turned it into like a political thing, and I just didn't think that that was right because, you know, the situation had nothing to do with DEI. It had nothing to do with that. But people are so focused on their viewpoint and they're so selfish and to think that their way is the only way, that they would take away from the situation that has happened that is so tragic and spin it to make it some sort of political play or some sort of political talk. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on, left side, right side, whatever. We're still all humans. We're still all people. And I'll kind of go back to my original topic that I started on the last video, is we all just want to live our life day to day, do what we need to do, go to work, do a good job, go home, and be with our families. That's all we want to do at the end of the day. So let me know in the comment section below. Am I like off base right now? Am I like the only person thinking this way? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys taking the time for checking me out. You know, I just like making these videos, just kind of talking about whatever. I got a different video. It's not gonna be on this topic. It's not gonna be political on my next video. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.